ReformUK have failed already. I mean, they've been in the news a lot recently. The biggest thing in the news recently was Lee Anderson defecting from the Tories to ReformUK. Now, Lee Anderson was forced to make a speech promoting the magic potion. You know, the magic potion that's killed 17 million people around the world and injured, severely injured, thousands and thousands of people in the UK. Many people have died as well. And you have to ask this question: why does Reform force a high-profile member who's just joined them to make that statement? And if anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, can somebody please say in the comments what I'm talking about, because we can't openly speak about this. And this is another thing: if a reformer for freedom of speech, you know, they're promoting this thing which we're not allowed to speak about on YouTube. You can get banned straight away. So, you know, and the thing what Lee Anderson got expelled from the Tory party for, he said Sadiq Khan's being controlled by Islamists, right? For a start, I don't think that's true. But secondly, if anyone else said that in ReformUK who wasn't high profile, or maybe if they were high profile, they would get expelled. They're expelling people left, right and centre. You know, they're supposed to be for tradition and common sense, and you know, they expelled one person because he shared a meme brushing the rainbow campaign flag into the drain. Now, the rainbow campaign flag is an anti-Christian flag, so Reform are promoting anti-Christian ideas now. You know, you know, from the very beginning, I knew they're not going to be any good, because it was like UKIP Mark II, Farage, all the usual suspects, ex-Tories, you know, and like Nick Buckley rightly says, they're just going to be a party of all the same politicians from the Tory party who have destroyed this country for the last 14 years. So ReformUK, they're pro-permanent settlement immigration. They're pro-accepting more refugees, thousands of refugees they're willing to take into our country each year, give them a UK passport and presumably give them housing before our own people. It's clearly in their policies. They want to set up offshore processing centres. Offshore processing centres means they want to clarify who's genuine, who's not. People from Afghanistan, Eritrea, Iraq, Syria, and many other countries, Vietnam, any communist country, all you've got to do is say you've converted to Christianity and you're from a Muslim country. This is an easy way to get asylum. ReformUK want to carry this on and flood our country with people from around the world who have no connection to our country whatsoever. So those are just a few things, right? But also, ReformUK are extremely pro the war in Ukraine. They're pro NATO. They're a globalist party. This is what they are. And you know, these people they've expelled recently, a lot of other people on the right are starting to notice. You know, they're not going to win any MPs in the general election. I would say they're going to lose hundreds of their deposits. You cannot win parliamentary seats without winning local seats within the area. It takes years to win these local seats, and Reform have just appeared from nowhere with lots of money, and it looks like they're going to fail miserably and kick the can down the road even further for the destruction of our nation. So people have got to realise that ReformUK is not the solution. They are the establishment. They're going to replace the Tory party. It's going to be all the same people. They're going to try to do what the Tories done: control immigration, control the refugee intake, you know, support NATO, support all the globalist organisations, and it's going to fail again miserably. People need to really wake up and not be conned by this and join one of the smaller parties like ours, National Housing Party. Right, there's a number of parties you can join on the right. You know, some are more genuine than others, and the more genuine ones I would say are National Housing Party, British Democrats. I mean, at the end of the day, we need to win local council seats, and this is what we're doing. And there's another party also, Homeland. Now, I've got respect for these parties because they're trying to do something politically, and they're not going around telling people to give up politics like many influential nationalists are doing. We do not want to be around these people sending out a negative message that we can't win politically, okay? Look at France, National Rally. They are on the verge of knocking on the doors of power, right? The BNP would have been in the same position as the National Rally. The BNP had sufficiently modernised. I was in it. It was perfect. But as we know, Farage and these reform people blocked the BNP, and now they're trying to produce another Tory party. Whereas the National Rally are near enough in power. So people got to realise we've been put back to square one again. This is why it looks desperate, okay? But it's not desperate. We're a few years behind mainland Europe, and there's going to be massive changes in this country in the next few years. I mean, you've got to get away from reform. Fair enough, if they're on the ballot paper and it's just Lib Lab Con or them, vote for them. But don't support them financially. Don't support them online. Come and join a genuine party who wants to stop immigration. Yeah, that's the red line. Look through their policies. Do they want to stop permanent settlement immigration and stop accepting refugees for citizenship? That's the red line. If they say they want more of those two things, they are part of the destruction of this nation. Yeah, we can save this nation. We will save this nation with Jesus Christ's help. It is going to happen, but it's going to take time. We need to be patient. Local politics is not glamorous. It's boring for some people. You know, it's not a massive exciting thing, but when you win, which we will win, it's going to be very exciting. You know, no pain, no gain. We will win. The BNP proved it can be done. National Rally in France have proved they're basically the leading in the polls. They're 20 points in front of Macron's party. And Macron is absolutely terrified. This is why he wants to go to war to save his back, because he knows politically it's over for the globalists, Macron, and all the rest of the globalists around Europe. Because all around Europe, AfD, Vox Party, Geert Wilders. Okay, some of these parties are Zionists, and people need to recognise that Zionism is not helping our country. Zionism has created this mess in our country. Zionism has prevented Christian nationalist parties from gaining traction in this country. Zionism destroyed the BNP. Zionism destroyed Jeremy Corbyn's party, his movement. I'm not a fan of Jeremy Corbyn, but what happened to him was exactly the same as what happened to the BNP. So, please come and join a genuine nationalist party like the NHP UK, and we can march to victory. I've got no doubt in my mind that this is where we're heading, and like I say, check all the policies, whatever party you're interested in, but the red line is permanent settlement immigration and accepting refugees. We don't want any more. There's no need to give out UK passports to any more foreigners. We have been absolutely inundated with them. If you can't see, look around you. You know, 20 million odd we've had and given passports to. Fair enough, we're not asking them to leave, okay? But I think it's quite reasonable to say no more. But these parties like Reform, UKIP, Heritage, SDP, Reclaim, they can't bring themselves to say no. No more giving out UK passports. The only policy we've got, NHP UK, to allow a foreigner to move to this country permanently would be to marry a UK citizen who's got half indigenous heritage going back 100 years. This will prevent arranged marriages. That's the only ethno-based policy we've got. However, we are a nationalist party. We've got nationalist policies. Check our policies on our website, nationalhousingparty.uk. Go and check them out. And it's only £22 to join. Even if you want to stay in the background, you can't do much publicly, please join us. It's £11 if you're unwaged. If you're on benefits, it's £11 for the year. More the merrier. We've had a few people join recently, last few days. Thank you to those new members. Welcome aboard. And check out our party. You know, we've got Paul Rimmer, John Lawrence, Angie New, Andrew Welsh going to be standing in London. We should have 6 candidates in London in 2026. But as I said, it's going to be a slow process. We're not going to give up. We're still going to be here. I'm committed to this for the next few years, 100%. And my campaign is going very well. We can only start by winning locally, guys. Reform have failed already. They're not going to win any MP seats. The only good thing they may do is destroy the Tory party. But the only thing that ReformUK say they stand for, which Patriots, Nationalists may agree with, is they want to leave the ECHR. Obviously, as Nationalists, we all want to leave the ECHR, but that's not what's helping the people get into our country at Dover. It's the UN Refugee Convention. That is how they're getting in. They use the ECHR, European Court of Human Rights, to prevent them being deported when their asylum application fails. But Reform don't want to speak about the Refugee Convention because they want more refugees to come into our country. This is how retarded they are. So, that's the only thing, ECHR. So, what are the Tories going to do? I've been hearing whispers. The general election, they're going to put on the ballot paper, the Tory party will leave the ECHR if they get in power, to make everyone vote for the Tories again. This is what's going to happen, guys. But Reform won't go the extra mile and say, we don't want any refugees full stop coming in, we want to leave the 1951 Refugee Convention. So Pat McGuinness, National Housing Party, I'm on Holborn Viaduct, just down the road from Blackfriars Bridge. That's Blackfriars Road below me. And, you know, just a quick update over this Easter weekend. Jesus Christ is King. Thank you very much.